Hey, 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 hey. Hey, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there, but hey, I guess it's time to start the show. Let's get things started here. Hey, I'm Jason Bates. I'm your lender, or bringing you the lender side of things here on 22 Minutes. There we are. There's the applause. And then here is Stephen Cotton. He's going to bring us the realtor side of things for the show. And together, we hope to not only entertain you, but also bring you valuable content that you can actually use. Not just content that's just kind of in one ear and out the other, but this is content that you can actually hopefully use. Not too often you get a realtor and a lender in the same room together, so we thought it'd be pretty cool, and that's the whole concept of the show, where we talk about real estate and real estate-related things, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it. So if you're looking to buy, sell, refinance property, or invest in property here in the Phoenix metropolitan area, we would love to be your team of choice. So please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. That would be awesome. All right, we always do a tweet quote of the day, so today is no different. We've been away on vacation. Stefan's been away on vacation. I've been away as well a little bit. And so kind of dusting the cobwebs off with here, so bear with us here. But we always do a tweet quote of the day, so let's get right to that. All right, here's our tweet quote of the day. Dear whoever is reading this, I hope you have a reason to smile today. Good message. Yeah. Everybody needs a smile. We need a smile.
For everybody that's literate. This is dedicated to everybody that can read.
Well, I read it to them, so hopefully they can hear.
Oh, yeah, right.
We can't do the braille.
Right.
But
sign language.
Yeah, we'll do the sign language. Well, everybody needs a smile. We all need a smile. You're smiling because you just got back from vacation. Vacation was good?
Yeah, it was fun. It was really good. It was, I had a lot of happy moments there. There's a little bit of stress sometimes when you're driving, in unknown areas, but
yeah, you get
super
lost
fun,
or whatever.
Busch Gardens.
Siri wasn't good to you, or Google Maps?
Well, right. Have you ever been to like Busch Gardens?
No.
Have you ever been to a good Busch?
No.
I've been there twice now because we went on Monday and then on Thursday.
Nice. I've seen the TV show Busch Gardens, right, where they have the safaris and the animals and stuff like that, but never been there. Okay, hey, this is we're going to go over the top newsmakers here in real estate. We typically do this on Mondays. This is a show that we do Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Arizona time. Mondays are usually reserved for the top newsmakers, but since we're just back from vacation, we're going to do it today, even though it's Tuesday. So let's.
Well, this is like an important information because a lot of it's like changes in the market and stuff. It's very important to kind of do at least one of these. Talk about the news. So.
Yes, absolutely. News. It seems like as a culture, I don't know, we're kind of addicted to news. Right, whether it be like TMZ or real news, fake news, whatever. I mean, news is. I mean, it seems to be kind of our entertainment quite a bit. So this is a popular segment. So let's get into it. I'm not going to do the segue because that is Monday or whatever. So we'll kind of get right into it here. All right, here we go. So this month actually marks a pretty big month as far as some underwriting changes go. So. Judgments. For those of you who have had judgments or have judgments on your credit, well, there's a good chance they may be coming off your credit this month.
Sweet.
Which could help that credit score, and of which then could help you get into a home, right? So this is kind of a big deal here. This starting July 1st, most judgments and liens will no longer show on credit reports, according to FICO, Fair Isaac Credit. It will affect about 7% of the population. Man, 7%. I don't know. Maybe that's a big number. I don't know.
Yeah.
7% of the population. For them, scores will generally increase about 20 points. That's pretty significant, right? 20 points. Now may be a good time to review all the people who were pulled on credit on a loan in your past. So if you've had your credit or Credit Karma or you're monitoring your credit, now would be a good time to kind of take a look and see if that judgment has actually come off your credit report.
Yeah. seems like we get quite a few. It sounds like 7%, but I feel like it's more than 7% of the people that we talk to might have a judgment or something.
A lot of first-time home buyers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because you're understanding credit when you're buying a home for the first time. So judgments and these sort of things, parking ticket judgments, whatever. Library, I've seen judgments for library dues, although the internet's kind of killed libraries for the most part. But, these sort of judgments will pop up. And now they're coming off the credit. The other thing, the end of the month here, July 29th, will mark the time that debt-to-income ratios will go up for Fannie Mae. Fannie Mae will go up to, and I think we mentioned this on our last newsmaker, top newsmaker, right?
Yeah. Going up to 50% DTI. Yeah, and somebody else was talking to me about that on the phone. They called up. I heard this was happening. I go, yeah. It's happening.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, I've got a video that I'll play here for us. I don't know if I can. Well, let me see. Well, let's go on to the next story. We'll cover some more stories and we'll play the video at the end. How about that?
So let's talk about how that matters to everybody. It's like 43% now, and it's going to be 50%.
Well, it's actually 45% right now, max debt-to-income ratio for conventional financing. They're raising that up to a 50% debt ratio threshold. And I've got a video that from Fannie Mae that kind of goes into that. I don't know if it's a good thing, bad thing. Are we stretching the envelope? I mean, somebody with a 50% debt ratio, should they be buying a house? Is that the argument that a lot of people had about stated income or, liar loans kind of thing? I don't know. I guess to be determined. I mean, the problem is right now that the portfolio of mortgages is so good because the credit criteria has been so restrictive. You got to fit in this tight box kind of thing. That there's some room for, risk to be taken. And so Fannie feels that there's, this risk to not looking at judgments, increasing debt-to-income ratio requirements to help encourage more home ownership. Remember, home ownership is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Right? Or just
That's
off the all-time low. Right.
So, let's say you make $4,000 a month, right? Let's just say it's $4,000 a month. So currently your debt to income would be 45% that, which is like I don't know why I paid $4,000. Should have done something simple, but $1,800. So $1,800 a month is what you did for your mortgage payment.
Yeah.
So now it'd be from $1,800 to $2,000, so you can afford $200.
Well,
more.
It's not just the house payment. Remember, there's two different debt ratios. There's the front end debt ratio and the back end debt ratio, and this is what hasn't yet been determined yet on this. This is where lenders get a little, gun shy with it.
Okay.
Yes, they say 50% debt ratio, but that's an accumulative debt ratio. That's based on your gross income of all your debts combined, including the new house payment. So it's not just.
Well, I'm saying well, yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. So 2,000 total.
Total debt load. Car payments, credit cards, student loans, those sort of things.
And I think
yeah, it's good. I mean, it's a good thing. And I think this is also in part due to response to having to account for these student loans, right? Student loan debt is at a record high. We've demonstrated that in past episodes. So this is prohibiting a lot of people from purchasing a home, the student loan debt. So one way to counteract that is, hey, let's increase the debt ratio, therefore being able to absorb this student loan debt. Why they're making it so complicated, I don't know. If it's in deferment, just leave it alone, for goodness sakes. All right, let's move on because we got some more stuff here we got to cover. Pending home sales drop again for the third consecutive month. Pending home sales declined in May. Pending home sales are down 0.8%. The index measures housing contract activity and is based on signed real estate contracts. Because a home goes under contract a month or two before it's sold, the pending home sales index generally leads existing home sales by a month or two. The experts all agree that that the cause is a shortage of housing, especially in the affordable price range. How many times have we said that, right? I mean, affordable
Well, I was just going to
housing.
say the same thing.
Yeah.
Sales are down because there's no inventory. Less houses on the market.
And there's no inventory because it's very expensive to build a home. We're going to talk about that here in a bit too.
I'm going to look
All
right
right.
now and see how many houses. Keep
All
going.
right, next story, zero down payment. There are down payment assistance programs out there. How well do they perform? We went to Fifth Third Bank mortgage, actually, offered a 3% purchase price on a down payment assistance, leaving the borrower to put zero down on the home. Borrowers didn't need to be a first-time home buyer, but must either locate in a low-income census tract or borrower must meet FFIEC low-income limit threshold. So there are income restrictions and things like that typically are associated
Does it
with.
say it in there? I know it's like 80-ish for some of those, like 88 for like down payment assistance or something.
Yeah, income threshold. So here in Maricopa County, it varies. Some of them are at 90,000. Actually, I have one that doesn't have an income restriction associated with it, but then it's not a grant; it's a silent second. So, for your particular situation, if you're in need of down payment assistance, reach out to me, and then we can kind of determine which down payment assistance program you actually qualify for.
Yeah.
But the performance of these loans, Fifth Third talked about the social benefits, but it did not reveal performance statistics in an interview with the Housing Wire. So this is because we have this data, and I just talked about how good the base or the core of these mortgage portfolios really is. People are starting to ask, is zero down, how is it performing? Is it performing well? Not so well.
Right.
And if it's performing well, I suspect we'll start to see more of these types of programs come out in the near future. So they're talking about it. We will keep you posted on it.
Right.
So
it'd be good to find out the data.
Yeah. And they're always doing these studies on this sort of stuff. So which loans are performing, which ones are not. So Redfin came out with a study. Buying a house sight unseen. Low inventory. Out-of-state buyer. You're moving. You're transferring. Your job's transferring you here. You don't have time to shop for a home. So a lot of cases you'll buy a house without actually seeing the house, other than pictures and maybe a video or two. But Redfin did a study here about it. It says here, amazingly, a new study by Redfin says about a third of buyers did just that. 1/3 of buyers bought sight unseen. That's a significant number. Yeah, that certainly throws the fixer-upper TV syndrome. If looking at houses is that big of a deal, what is if it's not? Remarkably, many of those surveyed would be hesitant to move into a place where people have different political views. More than half of Arab, Asian, and Latino respondents said immigration orders influenced their moving plans. So these sort of things, religious, sex, whatever, immigration status, those actually affected the buying more so than sight unseen.
Yeah.
Another piece of good news is that only 5% said it would scuttle their house buying if the rates exceed 5%. So rates aren't even that big of a deal. So, political views. We're in an environment right now. Political is kind of a hot topic here in the United States. So political
I think
views.
There's a lot of anger with these political views that we see these days, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's both ways.
It's both ways. Absolutely. It's absolutely both ways. But it was just interesting that people would buy a house sight unseen, not really care about that, but they do care about these other issues more so. So
you move in, and then your neighbor puts on the Confederate flag or something, right? That you didn't see.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or they put some kind of political sign.
What's great about several of my websites show you kind of the breakdown of income and who lives in your neighborhood. You can figure that out. So the schools are kind of important. But I always tell people, and I've done quite a few of these, maybe about a dozen, where the buyer hadn't seen the house before we wrote the offer on it. You get 10 days to back out on it, so buying sight unseen, you still do the inspection and see if you want the house, but it's not like they're buying it unseen and then just gonna, okay, I guess we put $1,000 down, I guess we're gonna buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting, political, seriously, man.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before, but I guess, hey, times are changing. All right, next one here, tariffs. So tariffs, if you don't know what a tariff is, tariffs are tax for importing goods into the United States. And so we talked about the rise, pending home sales drop, lack of inventory. One of the reasons could be a tariff here. Home prices set a new record for last month. That's because of lack of inventory, right? Normally, home prices are kept in check by a good supply of new homes, new construction type homes. Due to excessive regulation, builders aren't turning out anywhere near the number of new homes they have in the past. Combine that with low inventory of existing homes, and you have sharply rising prices. This is the meat and potatoes of why prices are increasing. Now, the Commerce Department is jacking tariffs on Canadian for the second time in a month. The new tariff moves the tax on Canadian lumber to over 30% from around 17% earlier. So it's getting more expensive to build a home.
Yeah. What about this NAFTA? Did Trump, speaking of politics, did he remove that or something? Because there shouldn't have been excessive taxation.
Yeah, I don't think it's done yet. I don't think.
Yeah, but that's just weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that tells me that it is. That's just a crazy amount. 30%?
30% from 17%. So it's almost double tax on that importing that lumber. Which this is the argument that builders have had, and we've showcased this on the show. Builders are saying, "Hey, look, it costs too much to build a home as an entry level home. You have to build a home that's more expensive. They're increasing, your margins to accommodate for some of the costs involved with building the home." So, no bueno on that front. I think it'll take a couple years for this to kind of even itself out. I saw is it Mississippi or Arkansas or somewhere down south where they rolled back the minimum wage increase. Builders have made that argument too, that we got to pay these higher minimum wages. That's cutting into our profits as well. Well, I think it was Mississippi or somewhere down south, maybe Arkansas. They actually rolled back the minimum wage. They took it away. So maybe we'll see that. Maybe we'll see minimum wage come back down a little bit. All right, last thing here, bad credit. Bad for the credit repair companies out there. This week, the CFPB came down hard on 4 California-based credit repair companies. The CFPB fined Prime Credit LLC, IMC Capital LLC, Commercial Credit Consultants, and the principals millions of dollars for alleged illegal behavior. The CFPB alleges that they collected illegal upfront fees, had very limited money-back guarantee, and promised to remove items and increase scores that didn't happen in many cases. In addition to the fines, they are prohibited from offering credit repair for 5 years. Now, the interesting part about this article is that there is a movement going on to have people who offer credit repair to also require them to get licensed. I've seen that. So we'll see.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah. We will see. We will see. Hey, I promised the video here, so let me. I'm going to try to play it here in the center here. Let's see if I can get that kind of going here for us real quick, and see if this will work here for us. Because I think this would be a great intro. I saw this on, I think it was CNBC. I think it was. So we'll see if this.
Two major changes in underwriting that go into effect this month should help thousands more borrowers qualify for a mortgage, but no question, both will add risk to the mortgage market. First, the credit rating agencies are dropping tax liens and civil judgments from consumers' profiles. Of the 220 million Americans with a credit profile, about 7% have these credit hits. Without them, their FICO credit scores could go up by as much as 20 points per person. Now, second and unrelated, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are increasing their debt-to-income limit for borrowers. It's going from 45% to 50% of your income allowed toward debt payments. That's a reaction to today's high level of student debt. And yet it means consumers will be saddled with even more debt. But Fannie Mae's chief economist claims the risk to the system is still low.
In this case, we're not changing the other underwriting criteria, and we believe that the additional increment of risk from making that change is very small. And given how pristine credit has been post-crisis, we don't feel like that's an unreasonable risk to take.
But others argue that the two together will increase the potential for more mortgage defaults and possible foreclosures. Yes, we are near record low default rates right now, so maybe there is some room for risk. Back to you guys.
There you go. There you go.
What you were saying.
Yeah, exactly what I was saying, right? So I don't know. We'll see. I think I think there's some risk that needs to be taken. We need to definitely encourage more home ownership. I've said it for a few years now. The attitude toward home ownership has really changed in our culture. We're really witnessing a change, a shift, if you will, in home ownership and the attitude toward it. So changing that attitude can be that can be kind of an uphill battle.
So yeah, I mean, like even in the Valley, I did a little search right when we were getting this thing started. 14,000 homes in all of Maricopa County without an offer. It's not a lot.
That's not a lot, not for a city the size of Phoenix.
Yeah.
Right? Or, surrounding areas. 14,000 homes. That's not very many. And of those 14,000 homes, I would bet you that quite a few of them are in need of some kind of repair. A lot of the deals I'm seeing right now that are coming across need repair.
Right.
I've had 2 in the past month that have had some serious electrical problem issues.
Electrical.
Where they've done additions or something like that, and they've spliced in and not done the electrical to code, which could be a fire hazard, that sort of thing. And sellers are not, because it's a seller's market, they're not so willing to fix these items.
Right.
They're like, hey, as is kind of thing. So
it's weird, right?
It is weird.
That's what you get with the power, I guess, if you want to.
Yeah.
I mean, you get it is a seller's market, as much as I say it's also the buyer's market because of low interest, but there's so few houses. And so here we are trying to encourage more people to buy houses. And then here we are complaining about the houses that are out there,
It's tough, man. It's tough. And if you have to sell or you have to buy a house because your landlord's selling the home or something like that, well, you're going to be facing some competition, and then you may not get the exact house that you want. The house that has the exact, floor plan or the amenities or, whatever the case may be. So therefore you feel like you're settling a little bit. So with that being said, I think in the next, 3 years or something, I think we'll start to see more homes hit the market as everything kind of settles down, the dust kind of settles, because people are buying homes right now that they really don't want. It's temporary for them. They get the tax write-off. It's not their permanent home. And so they will then turn around and sell those homes, and we'll start to see more inventory as a result. So, all right, that's our 2 cents. You have anything you'd like to add or anything?
That's really good. A lot of stuff.
Time. Yeah, a lot of stuff this week. Hey, thanks for joining us on this episode of 22 Minutes. Really appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to what us 2 guys have to say. So appreciate that. There's a lot of content out there. Not a lot of valuable content out there, but there's a lot of content out there. We try to bring you the value to the content and when it comes to your real estate needs here in the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix, Arizona. So if you're looking to buy, sell, refinance property, or invest in property, we want to be your team of choice. So please reach out to us. We would love to hear from you. So we'll return tomorrow, 9 o'clock, right? You on? You game?
I'll be here. Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Let's do it.
Tomorrow, 9 o'clock. So if you want to catch the live show, please join us on our Facebook page at 22 Mins. While you're there, like the page. Until then, everyone, stay cool out there. Don't get blown over by a dust storm, a haboob. Maybe I should have a haboob come across the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, part of our getting warmed up.
Yeah, getting our warmed up or something. Anyway, have a good day, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Thanks, everybody.